guys. I was just patting my hair. You know, when your hair is growing, it's just you want to pat it, because it's itchy. But okay, so, I wear a protective style. You already know that. So, okay, let's begin. So, I wanted to talk about the mistreatment and the abuse that I received at home and how it changed me as an intersex woman and how it changed me as an adult. Because of all the mistreatment and all the abuse that I went through and encountered growing up over the years of 18 years, and the treatment, basically, honestly, what it taught me was that I had myself going through all of it, so I was just going through a lot of abuse and a lot of mistreatment, but I didn't really have somebody to like say, hey, everything's gonna be okay. I know your scenario's like complicating, and I'm gonna help you with this. It was kind of like they just left me and neglected me, and they didn't really do anything. They just left me like a bystander and left me on like as a ghost, like nobody really cared to do anything for me. They just said, well, you don't come first. So, everybody else comes first before you. And yeah, so, it didn't really teach me much. It just taught me that as an adult, it taught me that now that I'm a grown up woman, that everything's in my courtyard and everything's in my court to do everything I want to do for myself. Do I really help out with the scenarios that they never helped me out with? No, I don't, because you know why? They never did that for me. So why I have to do that for them if they never did that for me? They never did that for me. They could never say that, oh, I helped you out, when you needed scenarios for yourself. You didn't, like, maybe when I was like 10 and younger, but don't miscredit all the abuse that I also had to take, growing up from 4 all the way older to, as many years as I had to take it, like I told you guys. So it wasn't like something that really like, put me in a position in my life where I had to blame myself for anything, because I don't blame myself for anything that I encountered growing up. Everything that I encountered was on somebody else's statement and somebody else's belief and somebody else's choices. That's not the reason why I became the woman that I am today. It may be part of my story, but that's not my whole story, basically. So, and then as an adult woman that I am and the woman that I became, it taught me that I really, really, I've always done my own stuff. Ever since I was 13, I've always done my own things. Like, I've earned my own money since I was 13. I've been earning my own income streams for myself for 11 years straight. I'm 23 right now. So it's been 11 years, so far. And, of course, that's like of how long I've been busting my butt off to get myself together and really buying my own stuff for myself. I pay for my own phone bill at 13. I bought, like, just here and here gadgets every now and then, because, I was still growing into that business and that type of atmosphere. At 14, that's when I started buying my own high school wardrobe for myself, and that's when I paid for my phone, and I bought me a new phone, and then I got a camera, and then I paid for like hats, and then I paid for necklaces and jewelry and shoes, wardrobe, and everything in that closet that I paid for, and do because other people had their own belief system of more abuse that I had to take in was from my older sister, and she was taking it as well. You shouldn't have all this stuff because you're gay, and and stuff like that, because, well, you're gay, and that's not the truth. I'm not gay. I am straight. Do you know what I'm saying? I like men. Yes, I have a male genitalia, but like I said, that's not my gender. My sex organ is not my gender. It's my sex organ. It's my sex organ. It's my sex organ. That's all it is. There's nothing else. It doesn't define my body. It doesn't define my face. It doesn't define everything aspects about me. It's just one part of my life, basically, is that my genitalia is I have a penis between my legs. That's all. That's it. That's all it defines, that I have a penis between my legs as a female. And that's okay. There's more people just like me. And so, so the abuse that I had to encounter. It was a lot of bullying from scenarios, and it turned me into a fighter. Of course, I guess you can give them the accreditation that, yeah, they'd help me fight more, bitch. I always was a fighter, I've always fought. So, like I told you guys, I fought men growing up. I didn't fight just women. I fought men growing up for about, I'll say, 18 years I fought men. I think after the 18th birthday, I started fighting women a lot more too, because I'm a woman. And, I started dating this one partner, and he wanted me to fight women, and he fights men for me so he can feel more manlier and me to feel more feminine and everything else. But yeah, but it was just a lot of abuse that I had to take in growing up. A lot of like financial abuse because, like I said, I had to have been earning my own income streams for myself since I was 13. And that's basically what I had to do. I mean, of course, yeah, like they took provided like the food in the house, they provided the roof that I can stay under, but when I turned 16, like I told you guys, I had to become an escort to provide for myself fully because nobody wanted to take care of those situations for me. Like both parents neglected me, like it was nobody helping me out with anything, like neither family members and my whole family were helping me out with anything. Yeah, I have supportive sisters and brothers, but you know, they were still, confused of everything because they really don't know about everything because, I'm older than them, so it's kind of like they don't know about these topics because the adults didn't tell them that, yeah, your child can have a birth defect, so I had to face a lot of abuse that I had to grow out of. And how did it change me? Honestly, it made me more self-aware of myself. It made me more self-determined to get my own life together. It made me more focused and straightforward to where I need to go in my life so I can stay on that right path to get myself together and achieve all my desires and my dreams for myself. Um, and really, it just taught me basically that you can't count on people and don't ever count on people like that because don't count on them. Like it taught me that. And I became very independent, like strongly independent. And I'm already strongly independent already. So going through my abuse too made me more independent, like way independent, too independent where it's like people say, well, you need a man. And sometimes I'd be like, no, I don't because like I'm too independent, so yeah, and it's be kind of like it's a difficulty to need them because I never really needed somebody in my life because the people I needed were never there. So, so like I told you guys, like how long the abuse happened, and everything else, so it was in another video. It was in the video that I talked about and it being intersex, but I just want to say at 23 years old, I'm very grateful. I can say that as a 23-year-old. And I'm very grateful for everything I do for myself moving forward. And I'm excited for everything that comes in the future for me and everything I'm working towards. And yeah, I just hope it helps somebody out there to let them know that everything will be okay. There's light under that tunnel. Just keep going through the tunnel and you'll find the light. And when you find it, seize it and stay tuned to it and focus on it and focus on getting your life together and be happy. That's the most I can tell you is really be happy. And, when everything's in your court, do everything you need to do to take care of yourself. So this ends this video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.